Viel Erfolg, Lise Brankau. Vielen Dank.
Dankeschön, danke.
Danke, Entschuldigung, war.
Fritzi Kromp, können Sie mich hören?
Ich kann Sie hören, hallo.
Wunderbar. Lise Brankau. Vielen Dank.
Dankeschön, danke. Komplett auf dieses Spiel. Meine Mädels schon ganze Zeit darüber geredet. Ich glaube, heute mein Job ist nicht, meine Spieler zu motivieren, weil ich glaube,
Dann wünsche ich viel Glück.
motivieren, weil ich glaube, da ist heute Motivation genug da.
Fritzi Kromp.
Motivation genug da.
Fritzi, komm, können Sie mich
Ich glaube, da ist heute Motivation genug da.
Fritzi Kromp, können Sie mich hören?
Ich kann Sie hören, hallo.
Wunderbar, dann fangen wir an. Fritzi Kromp, seit 3 Wochen
Komm.
Heute Motivation genug da.
Seit 3 Wochen kein Pflichtspiel absolviert. Gibt bessere Vorbereitungen aufs Nordderby, oder?
Ja, muss man leider so sagen. Wir hätten gerne gespielt, aber umso glücklicher sind wir, dass wir heute endlich wieder ran dürfen. Im besten Fall die Punkte mit nach Bremen zu bringen.
Besonderes Spiel aus vielen Gründen, auch weil es seit einem Jahr die sogenannte Google Pixel Cam gibt. Wie stehen Sie?
Natürlich auch bestmöglichst von unserer Seite zu unterstützen.
Fritzi Kromp, vielen Dank.
Danke auch.
Lise Brankau.
Meine Spieler zu motivieren, weil ich glaube, da ist heute Motivation genug da.
Seit 3 Wochen kein Pflichtspiel. Lise Brankau. Hören.
Ich kann Sie hören, hallo.
Wunderbar, dann fangen wir an. Fritzi Kromp.
Dann fangen wir an.
Heute Motivation genug da.
Fritzi Kromp, seit 3
Das ist heute Motivation genug da.
Seit 3 Wochen kein Pflichtspiel. Lise Brankau, vergangene Woche gegen Hoffenheim 4:0 gewonnen. Aus meiner Sicht die mitbeste Leistung der Saison gebracht. Ist das der richtige Zeitpunkt jetzt kurz vorm Nordderby, dass man so gut reinkommt?
Finde ich schon. Das hat uns sehr viel Selbstvertrauen gegeben. Nicht nur wegen Leistung, aber auch wegen die Tore, die wir geschossen haben. Es war schon ein Umschaltemoment, was wir schon die ganze Zeit machen und bis daher nicht zum Ende gebracht. Und ich glaube schon, dass wir sehr gut performt haben letztes Wochenende. Und da hat uns schon viel mehr.
wir weisen einmal auf das Thema Nachhaltigkeit hin, denn auch hatten wir wieder in dieser Saison die Möglichkeit, Gutes zu tun, beim Ticketverkauf zu spenden. Natürlich fließt die Spende zu 100% in die HSV-Stiftung, die damit Projekte für Kinder und Jugendliche in der Metropole Hamburg umsetzt.
Außerdem habt ihr die Möglichkeit, einen nachhaltigen Beitrag zu leisten. Dafür könnt ihr einfach euren Becherfond spenden. Diesen werft ihr in die auffälligen Bechersammler im Umlauf des Stadions und auch diese Spenden fließen zu 100% an die HSV-Stiftung.
Und für die Leseratten unter euch habt ihr die Möglichkeit, außerdem das Hamburger Straßenmagazin Hinz und Kunst zu erwerben an Heimspielen im Volksparkstadion. Am Eingang Nord und Nordost an der Weststraße stehen Verkaufsmärkte bereit und wir wünschen viel Spaß beim Lesen.
So, und wer sich jetzt fragt, warum wir plötzlich Brillenträger geworden sind, gemeinsam mit unserem Exklusivpartner Otto ermöglichen wir euch heute ganz exklusive Einblicke.
Ja genau, ihr kriegt Einblicke, die sonst nie jemand kriegt, deswegen haben wir das auch nochmal ein bisschen behind the scenes. Das Ganze könnt ihr verfolgen auf dem Instagram-Kanal von Otto. Und damit ihr weiterhin den Durchblick habt, habt ihr die Möglichkeit, uns Feedback zu senden. Und zwar...
Yeah, I'm here, sir. How are you today?
Und da laden wir euch herzlich ein, so ein bisschen Feedback zu geben. Wie ist die Stadionshow? Was gefällt euch? Was wünscht ihr euch vielleicht für die Zukunft, damit wir weiterhin im guten Austausch bleiben und eine tolle Saison spielen? Und wir gehen jetzt einmal rüber auf die Westplaza und wir gucken, wer schon so alles da ist. Dann skippen wir das einmal und wir gehen in die Spieltagsanalyse.
Genau, und wir wollen natürlich auch heute wieder schauen, was an diesem Spieltag so ansteht. Gestern Abend konnte Union Berlin sich mit 2:1 gegen den 1. FC Köln durchsetzen. Aktuell läuft noch das für uns auch nicht unrelevante Spiel des 1. FC Nürnberg gegen Jena. Da sind wir gerade in der 82. Spielminute. Am Sonntag dann noch die Partien Leverkusen gegen Hoffenheim, das Topspiel der Bayern gegen Wolfsburg sowie die außerdem wichtige Partie SGS Essen gegen RB Leipzig. Am Montagabend beschließt dann Frankfurt gegen Freiburg den Spieltag.
So, und wir blicken auf die Spielleitung des heutigen Heimspiels. Unsere Schiedsrichterin ist Caroline Wacker und das ist ihr unparteiisches Team.
Und wir schauen auf die taktische Formation unseres Teams. Es geht genauso weiter wie in Hoffenheim, da war nichts dran aus.
Und mit Blick auf die Aufstellung unserer Gäste, da steht im Tor die Nummer 39 Mariana El-Sharif, die 2 Chiara D'Angelo, mit der 5 Michelle Ulrich, mit der 7 herzlich willkommen zu Hause Vanessa Mühlhaus, Nummer 9 Medina Desic, die 11 Maya Sterhardt, die 15 Michelle Weiß, mit der 18 Unterkapitänsbinde Nina Hauseke, die 23 Hanna Lehmann, mit der 28 Juliane Witz und die 37 Mara Alba, Trainerin Ulrike Kronk.
Ich dachte, die Ermittler dürfen keine Tomaten essen.
Große Fortschritte machen wir auch nicht.
Gut an, das ist jetzt ein Aufruf an die Fans, heute alles zu geben, die Mannschaft bis in die letzte Minute zu pushen. Vielen Dank, wir freuen uns auf das Spiel.
Mit Blick in den Spielertunnel bemerke ich gerade, dass wir noch nicht ganz vollzählig sind. Und das wollen wir jetzt ändern. Wir rufen mit mir zusammen unsere Nummer 87, Timo! Ich war schon mal im Fußballstadion und ich schrieb unsere Mannschaft laut.
Auswärts haben wir 30.000 Menschen, heute bei uns 13.000 Menschen. Also das ist schon etwas, das uns viel mehr Energie gibt und einfach den Frauenfußball weiterbringt.
Genau, du hast es schon angesprochen. Auswärts das Hinspiel, da gab es eine 0:2 Niederlage. Es waren jeweils 2 Elfmeter-Tore, also keins aus dem Spiel direkt. Was können wir vielleicht aus dem Spiel auch noch mitnehmen für heute oder ist das ein ganz neues Spiel?
Ja, Standards gehören zum Spiel. Also war schon 2 Elfmeter, aber es gehört zum Spiel.
Schauen wir hier mal auf die Seite. Wo ist denn in Hamburg der Mann? Emil, der Frauenfußball steht alle zusammen. Wir wollen euch alle zusammen nochmal hören. Wo ist in Hamburg das Volksparkstadion?
Lese Brangau, vergangene Woche gegen Hoffenheim 4:0 gewonnen. Aus meiner Sicht die mitbeste Leistung der Saison gebracht. Ist das der richtige Zeitpunkt jetzt kurz vorm Nordderby, dass man so gut reinkommt?
Finde ich schon. Das hat uns sehr viel Selbstvertrauen gegeben. Nicht nur wegen Leistung, aber auch wegen die Tore, die wir geschossen haben. Es war schon ein Umschaltemoment, was wir schon die ganze Zeit machen und bis daher nicht zum Ende gebracht. Und ich glaube schon, dass wir sehr gut performt haben letztes Wochenende. Und da hat uns schon viel mehr Selbstvertrauen gegeben für das heutige Spiel.
Was können Sie mitnehmen für die heutige Partie gegen Werder Bremen aus diesem 4:0 gegen Hoffenheim?
Ja, ich glaube, taktisch war eine von unseren besten Spiele bis jetzt. Also wir waren so gut positioniert mit der Restverteidigung, dass Hoffenheim fast keine zweite Ball gewonnen hat. Und das müssen wir heute in der genauso machen, weil Bremen hat eine mega Qualität und wir müssen immer wieder die ganze Zeit wach sein und auch die eine oder andere Situation, die sie immer wieder sehr gefährlich sein können, versuchen, das zu verhindern.
Viktoria Schulz sagte vor dem Spiel unter der Woche, das sei das größte Spiel im Norden. Wie haben Sie das jetzt wahrgenommen unter der Woche? Sie sind ja jetzt ein halbes Jahr in Hamburg. Wie ist die Stimmung insgesamt in der Stadt und in der Mannschaft?
Man spürt, was in dieser Stadt, diese Derby heißt. Also das habe ich von Tag 1 gespürt. Wir brennen komplett auf dieses Spiel. Meine Mädels schon ganze Zeit darüber geredet. Ich glaube, heute mein Job ist nicht, meine Spieler zu motivieren, weil ich glaube, da ist heute Motivation genug da.
Seit 3 Wochen kein Pflichtspiel absolviert. Gibt bessere Vorbereitungen aufs Nordderby, oder?
Ja, muss man leider so sagen. Wir hätten gerne gespielt, aber umso glücklicher sind wir, dass wir heute endlich wieder ran dürfen. Es ist alles angerichtet, der Platz ist hervorragend und das Stadion ist auch ganz nett und langsam füllt sich. Also wir sind ready.
Viktoria Schulz vom HSV hat unter der Woche gesagt, das sei das größte Spiel im Norden. Wie war das für Sie, für Ihre Mannschaft unter der Woche? Was haben Sie so mitbekommen im Club und vielleicht auch in der Stadt?
Ja, na klar, es ist ein großes Spiel, auch aus unserer Sicht. Wir hatten es in der Hinrunde bei uns zu Hause, da war volles Haus. Es war das Riesenspiel in der Hinrunde und jetzt ist eine komplett neue Ausgangssituation, aber natürlich wieder ein ganz, ganz besonderes, nicht alltägliches Bundesligaspiel. Deswegen es war die Vorfreude riesig und man hat jetzt von Tag zu Tag gemerkt, es ist mehr los, sind viele Interviews und ja, man zählt die Stunden rückwärts und ist glücklich, dass es heute jetzt endlich soweit ist.
Im Hinspiel, Sie haben es gesagt, gab es einen Sieg für Sie. Jetzt hat der HSV letzte Woche 4:0 gegen Hoffenheim gewonnen. Was für einen Gegner erwarten Sie heute?
Ja, wir haben da natürlich ganz genau hingeschaut, nicht nur bei dem 4:0, sondern auch bei den letzten Spielen. Zum Glück sind wir nicht so weit weg und die ein oder andere Live-Spielerbeobachtung hat sich ergeben. Bin ich sehr froh drüber, weil doch live immer anders ist als im Video, alles nachzuverfolgen. Und ich habe schon einen HSV gesehen, der sich wehrt, der auch in der Bundesliga angekommen ist, jetzt eben auch in der Lage ist, Spitzenteams zu schlagen. Natürlich einen besonders guten Tag braucht, aber sie wissen auch, sie haben jetzt noch 8 Endspiele, um in der Liga zu bleiben und werden alles dran setzen. Deswegen versuchen wir uns heute zu wehren, unser Spiel auf den Punkt zu bringen, heute auf den Platz zu bringen und am Ende das Spiel auch zu dominieren und im besten Fall die Punkte mit nach Bremen zu bringen.
Besonderes Spiel aus vielen Gründen, auch weil es seit einem Jahr die sogenannte Google Pixel Cam gibt. Wie stehen Sie zu diesen neuen Perspektiven und zum Thema Innovation generell?
Ja, erstmal grundsätzlich eine tolle Geschichte, weil ich glaube, es bringt einfach nochmal ganz andere Perspektiven zu den Fans nach Hause in die Wohnzimmer und zeigt einfach, wie nahbar der Frauenfußball ist und dass wir einfach ein ganz besonderes, tolles Produkt sind, ein eigenständiges Produkt, das auch eigene Wege gehen kann. Bin ich immer großer Befürworter davon und wir versuchen es natürlich auch bestmöglichst von unserer Seite zu unterstützen.
Fritzi Kopp, vielen Dank.
Danke auch.
So welcome to Hamburg, welcome to the Google Pixel Frauen-Bundesliga meeting between Hamburg, the host, and their derby rivals, Werder Bremen. This is one of the biggest fixtures in the German football calendar, especially in northern Germany. A healthy crowd assembled today at this famous stadium in Hamburg, the Volkspark Stadium, around 11,000 expecting great entertainment in this derby. Plenty on the line for both sides. Hamburg come into the game full of confidence after a brilliant win at Hoffenheim. 4-0 they won last weekend. Gives them real momentum going into this important derby fixture. And Werder remain one of the surprise packages this season. They were third into the winter break. They've had a couple of postponements and raring to go today after 3 weeks off. 2 teams there assembled in the tunnel, waiting to come onto this stage today for the Nord Derby between Hamburg and Werder Bremen. Rivalry, intensity, and a stadium ready for the action. These two sides met earlier on this season, with Werder coming out on top, as they did last season in the German Cup, DFB Pokal, with Bremen reaching the final, not before beating Hamburg in front of 57,000 attendance that day. It's the two teams coming out onto the pitch. The referee today, Caroline Wacker. It's a pleasure to have you with us for live coverage of the Google Pixel Frauen-Bundesliga. Hamburg will be buoyant after that surprise win at Hoffenheim, who are doing well this season, at 4 away winners. It's the Hamburg side naturally keeping faith with the side that won so impressively at Hoffenheim. The unchanged side for DC Bancao, their Brazilian coach, trusting the players that surprised Hoffenheim with that top performance, I have to say, 4-0. And hope to use that momentum in the derby against Werder Bremen. The referee, Caroline Wacker, who turned 35 on Thursday. Many happy returns to today's official. She refereed the 2022 German Cup final, a FIFA referee since 2017. And Werder as well, they've been hit by a couple of postponements recently, so have been out of the action, but they will trust the side that drew against Hoffenheim and Nuremberg. See a familiar name there, number 28, Julian Wirtz, the elder sister of Florian Wirtz of Liverpool and formerly of Leverkusen. It's a solid lineup for Bremen, and their defence has hardly been unchanged all season, and that's been their strength in the Frauen-Bundesliga in this campaign. Two teams going into their huddles, only no motivation, with derby bragging rights up for grabs in northern Germany. Bremen playing in their traditional green strips. They'll be roared on today by travelling fans in Hamburg. Hamburg, their traditional kit. They're nicknamed the Red Shorts. Hamburg be looking to use the momentum of that brilliant performance at Hoffenheim to rise up the table. Two goals by their Norwegian striker Camilla Lindberg. So we're underway in the Google Pixel Frauen-Bundesliga Nord Derby between Hamburg and Werder Bremen. Hamburg in white and the red shorts, kicking from left to right, and Werder Bremen from right to left in their traditional green strip. Werder coming off a break of a couple of weeks where they're hit by 2 postponements. They were due to face the top 2, Wolfsburg and Bayern Munich. Both of those games fell victim to the weather. We had temperatures in Germany recently of around freezing, and a little bit of snow around as well. So Monday's game against Bayern was hit by a late postponement, but Bremen are raring to go today in the Northern Derby against Hamburg. Healthy travelling support from Bremen for this important derby match. And the visitors from Bremen will have a corner. Block there by Magu Decore, the French defender for Hamburg, signed in the winter transfer window from Napoli. Made a good, solid start to her career in the Frauen-Bundesliga. Referee Caroline Wacker not happy with the argy-bargy inside the area. Having stern words with Brunthaler and Medina Desic. Sternad from Slovenia, well over the bar. Both sides talked about this derby match in the lead-up, saying they would need no extra motivation for this match. It's the Hamburg coach from Brazil, Lízia Brancaio. She also spoke in the press conference about every player being burning for this game, with every derby having its own rules. Bremen head coach Fritzi Kromp says this game will be a benchmark. It will show which direction our season will go. Bremen come forward. Desic has some space, and Sternad. Resolute defending from Hamburg. Expect a quick start from both sides with no quarter given. Challenges flying in. Hamburg lost their last match at home to Leipzig, but be looking to use that Hoffenheim win to spur them on to better things this season and move away from the relegation places. Just one place above the relegation zone at present. So another 3 points today would be just the job for Hamburg, but Bremen will have their own thoughts on that. Sternad seeing plenty of the ball early on for the visitors from Bremen. Good ball there by Julian Wirtz. Well, it's a good shot from Lotte Vrede. Hamburg's star player, scored in successive games. So much time and composure on the ball. Shot on target. And the goalkeeper, Mariella El Sharif, turns it behind for a corner. Good play by the Norwegian. Camilla Lindberg wins another corner. As the hosts, Hamburg, increase their tempo. Lindberg with her first 2 goals for Hamburg against Hoffenheim last weekend. We have special Google Pixel cameras in operation today to provide the full broadcast experience. Special angles coming from the bench and fan blocks. Opening 11 minutes have flown by in Hamburg. Welcome to anyone just joining us. This is live coverage of the Google Pixel Frauen-Bundesliga, the Nord derby between Hamburg and Bremen. Grundthaler had some time, some space, but the Austrian couldn't find the power on that strike on that occasion. You see some different perspectives from the Google Pixel cameras on the coverage today. The two respective benches and even from the fan blocks as well. Chance for Bremen to stream forward. Challenges going in everywhere. That's Fritzli Kromp, the Werder coach. Free kick to Hamburg. Foul by Wirtz on the Austrian. Grundthaler. Chance for Hamburg to get some bodies into the box and test the goalkeeper. Mariella El Sharif. Vrede takes on two Bremen defenders. Crosses into the box, decent delivery. Here she comes again. So much time on the ball. Elegant runner with the ball as well. Hamburg increasing their tempo. Corner will be lifted in by Lindberg. Well, it's a penalty to Hamburg, right in front of the referee, Caroline Wacker's nose. Disappointment for Michelle Ulbrich as Melanie Brunthaler goes to ground. The referee had no hesitation. There was contact between Michelle Ulbrich and Brunthaler right in front of the referee, Caroline Wacker. And Wacker pointed to the spot. And Sophie Hillebrand, the Austrian, with the penalty. Hillebrand, no problem. Hamburg take the lead in the North Derby. Joy for the home fans in Hamburg. Hillebrand dispatches the penalty. No chance for the goalkeeper, El Sharif. Hamburg coach Lisa Brankau. Bremen will try and hit back. Hamburg took the lead in the last home game against Leipzig, who equalised almost immediately, and Bremen will have the same idea. Comes over to the back post, strong header by Decore. It's blocked by Hillebrand. Shots flying everywhere. Oh, well, that's brave defending. Hamburg players putting their bodies on the line, trying to protect this lead. Concern. For the player, powerful shot came in. Struck the captain, Pauline Machtens, in the face. A vital block from the ex-Syracuse University player. She'll be okay to continue. It was a vital block from Pauline Machtens, as Bremen sniffed an immediate equaliser in the Nord Derby. It'll be Julian Wirtz with the corners today. Plays it short on this occasion. Goalkeeper spills it, and good block. Shot came in from Larissa Mulhouse, Bremen's top scorer. A heavy challenge by Mabu Dokore. Referee Wacker not happy with that challenge. Mulhouse, who was fouled moments ago, will have the chance to deliver this free kick. Right in front of the goalkeeper's nose, but no problem for Lea Pollik, the recent signing from Eintracht Frankfurt. Hamburg did make a host of new signings in the winter transfer window to try and improve their prospects of staying in the top flight of the Frauen-Bundesliga. And that looks to be bearing fruit. Impressive win at Hoffenheim last weekend, and they lead the derby with a penalty by Sophie Hillebrand, the Austrian international. Top scorer for Hamburg this season. That's her 7th goal of the season. The home fans are happy with the scoreline as it stands. Plenty of noise at this famous stadium this afternoon. Doucouré has some space to roam forward on this right-hand side. Good play by Bremen here, and a vital block by Annelien Böhler, denying Maya Stannard any space to fire off a shot. Vital block by Böhler. Well, it's another penalty. Well, the referee decides against it on this occasion. Seemed to be contact on the edge of the box. Referee Caroline Wacker decides against it. Corner was played short. Moorhouse, Alba in support. There was definite contact there, but referee Wacker says play on. No VAR, video assistant referee, in the Frauen-Bundesliga. The extra cameras we do have today, courtesy of the sponsor Google Pixel, providing extra action from the two respective benches and the fan blocks. header came in from Bremen's top scorer, Larissa Mulhouse, but it was straight at the goalkeeper, Lea Paulik. Lotte Vrede has some space here. Cross to the Norwegian, Lindberg with a shot, but well over. Home fans roaring their side on today. The goal scorer, Hillebrand. Nice play, finds Lindberg, but shot always wide from the Norwegian. See the special angle from pitch side, courtesy of Google Pixel. Desic! What a save that is from Lea Paulik. It's a superb strike from Desic. Corners taken quickly, but Maja Stenat, the Slovenian international, runs that out of play. Plenty to think about for Fritzi Kromp, the Bremen coach. Free kick to the visitors, Bremen. No doubt another chance for their star player, Larissa Mulhouse, top scorer. Entrusted with the delivery once again. That's straight at the keeper, Paulik. Good handling from Paulik. as the captain, Pauline Machtens, goes to ground. Machtens took a blow to the face earlier on in the game. So some treatment for Machtens, who spent 2 years at Syracuse University. Hamburg won't want to lose their influential captain, Pauline Machtens. She's been ever-present, played in every game this season for Hamburg as they returned to the top flight in the Frauen-Bundesliga after a 13-year absence. Real concern for the home side, Hamburg. Taking the captain's armband off Machtens. That's not a good sign for Hamburg. Substitutes being prepared. That's a real blow for Hamburg to lose their captain just after the half-an-hour mark. But it is a return for another stalwart, Victoria Schulz, back from suspension. Sent off recently against Freiburg, but Victoria Schulz will step in for Machtens. So a very decent replacement for the home side, Hamburg, as they look to lead on, hold on to their lead. Good flick on, and Hillebrand. Back to Lotte. We know what she can do with the ball. Always got time, good composure. Challenges going in. Well, the referee says play on. Foul this time awarded by Caroline Wacker. Absolutely no quarter given in this northern derby. Reda has some space and some support. Hillebrand will pick this up. Now Bremen can break with the Chelsea loanee, Mara Alba. Morehouse, good turn, shot straight at the goalkeeper, Lea Paulik. Hamburg have a 7 homegrown players, 7 players born in Hamburg. The substitute that's just come on, Victoria Schultz, one of them. Schultz is the granddaughter of a real, genuine Hamburg legend in Willi Schultz. She's been at the club for almost 20 years. Reda, powerful running from Reda. Unselfish play from the 17-year-old talent. Scored in successive games, Reda. She might have been better served by shooting on that occasion, but they have a corner, Hamburg. Norwegian Lindberg will lift this in. Foul goes against Hamburg. Foul by the Austrian Hillebrand. Real noise from the home fans, enjoying the scoreline as it stands. Bremen go in search of an equaliser. Desic with the first-time shot, but always rising over the crossbar. 5 goals this campaign for the Montenegro striker. Hope you're enjoying the special camera angles and the coverage from Google Pixel. Year-old Reda. Brilliant play once again from Reda. Unselfish play. Almost on a play. Another penalty though. Reda was fouled. Michelle Weiss pleading her innocence. Reda was challenged in the box. Brilliant run from the 17-year-old. The ball, wow. Michelle Weiss tried to make a clearance. Contact with Reda. And another penalty for the home side, Hamburg. Well, derby emotions running high. A yellow card for the Austrian Melanie Bruntaler on that occasion as they tried to protect the penalty spot. The Austrian Sophie Hillebrand with the chance from the spot once again. Goalkeeper guesses the right way, and an important save from the Austrian goalkeeper, Mariella El Sharif. Hillebrand tried to go in the same direction as the first penalty, but the goalkeeper El Sharif guessed correctly on this occasion. He made a good save, keeping the scoreline at just 1-0 for Hamburg. Crucial save from the Austrian goalkeeper, Mariella El Sharif. Two Austrians up against each other from the spot. Plenty for the referee, Caroline Wacker, to consider today in this Nord derby. Will Hamburg rue that missed penalty? Bremen bustling forward in search of an equaliser. Some treatment needed for Julian Wirtz. Like a younger brother, Florian, a former Leverkusen player. Plenty of drama in the first half. The derby between Hamburg and Bremen. It will be 5 minutes of added time at the Volkspark Stadium in Hamburg. Hamburg will be looking to take no chances before the break. Hold on to their lead, a precious lead given to them in the 19th minute from the spot. Bremen will have other ideas. Some space for Morehouse. She's well closed down. Corner to Bremen. Good work from the Chelsea loanee, Mara Alba. Some encouraging words from Fritzi Kromp, the Bremen coach. Corner will come in from Moorhouse once again. To no avail. Wow. Desic, given the yellow card. Desic's foot was too high there from the Montenegro striker. Dangerous play from Desic. A deserved yellow. Another yellow for the goalkeeper, Lea Paulik, for time wasting. Into the final minute of added time in Hamburg. Can Bremen hit back just before the break? Good solid defending from Decore. Another corner for Bremen. This time Maria Alba entrusted with the delivery. Moorhouse will go into the box. To the back post on this occasion, and Paulik gratefully falls on them. That's half-time in Hamburg. The tale of two penalties in this first half in the North Derby. Hillebrand firing the home side ahead on 18 minutes. After the foul by Michel Ulbrich in the box. But Bremen's goalkeeper, Mariella El Sharif, saved Hillebrand's next penalty just before half-time to keep the scoreline at 1-0 in Hamburg's favour. An important stop from the Austrian goalkeeper to keep her side in this exciting Northern Derby. We'll be back in a few minutes for more live coverage of the Google Pixel Frauen-Bundesliga.
Ja, das ist auch ein bisschen drüber, ein klein bisschen.
Das ist ja nicht schlimm, aber ich glaube, es sieht ganz gut aus, weil ich das hier beurteilen kann. Wir behalten das mal im Auge und gehen zum nächsten Teilnehmer. Wie heißt du denn?
Ich heiße Jenny.
Jenny, was ist schon beim Spiel der HSV?
Fast bei jedem Heimspiel.
Das hört sich gut an. Ich glaube, dann, wenn wir jetzt laufen, auch gut aus einmal den Ball hinlegen und wir schauen mal. Der Dino ist auch da kontrolliert.
Ja, ich habe ja offizielle Interviews dabei. Also Jenny kennt sich im Stadion bestens aus und weiß auch, wo die Mittellinie ist. Denn das sieht sehr, sehr gut aus.
So, das ist jetzt mal eine ganz schön gute Vorlage. Wie hast du denn, wie schaffst du das hier jetzt, das nochmal zu unterbieten?
Ich bin Dominik und ich gebe einfach mein Bestes.
Das nehmen wir. Wir geben immer unser Bestes. Dominik, du darfst auf den Ball hinlegen und einfach starten.
Okay, Dominik, wenn du König geguckt hast, kannst du natürlich auf den Ball wegschießen. Der kommt gut. Der kommt gut ein bisschen drüber. Der liegt so ungefähr auf gleicher Höhe mit Jürgens.
Wow, also wir haben, glaube ich, richtig gute Teilnehmer hier heute eingekauft. Die letzte Teilnehmerin, wie heißt du denn?
Veronika.
Veronika, wie schätzt du den Schuss ein?
Ich glaube nicht ganz so gut.
Na, wir schauen mal. Wir glauben an dich. Einmal hinlegen.
Und los geht's.
So, Veronika, Sympathie durch Ehrlichkeit oder falsche Bescheidenheit macht Ersteres.
Veronika hat viel zu wenig gefrühstückt, aber
Selbst wenn ein klein bisschen Hilfe bei Hermann langt es nicht. Also, wir werden das natürlich einmal ganz offiziell ausmessen.
bei anderen klappt, dann musst du nicht mehr so viel machen. Ich glaube, das passt schon.
Ja, es ist weniger als ein Durchmesser von der Linie entfernt. Deswegen haben wir eine Gewinnerin.
Ja, und wir machen direkt hier weiter. Die Gewinnerin wird ausgezeichnet. Es gibt eine prall gefüllte Goodiebag von unserem Partner Bluetooth. Damit wünsche ich dir auf jeden Fall ganz viel Spaß, aber auch alle anderen. Vielen Dank, dass ihr mitgemacht habt. Für euch gibt es natürlich auch noch ein paar Aufmerksamkeiten, die ihr euch den Bierquiz abholen könnt. Da wird euch der Weg gewiesen. Vielen, vielen Dank. Vielen Dank an Woodley. Und wir machen weiter mit der zweiten Halbzeit.
Ich dachte, die haben jetzt ja wirklich gut gesessen.
Große Fortschritte haben wir erreicht.
Schon eine zu lange
Von diesem Beitrag bekommt ihr hier nichts.
Diese Liga
So welcome back to Hamburg. Pleasure to have you with us for live coverage of the Google Pixel Frauen-Bundesliga North Derby. Hamburg, the hosts, leading Werder Bremen 1-0, courtesy of a Sophie Hillebrand penalty in the 19th minute. Vital save from a second penalty, though, just before half-time by the Werder Bremen goalkeeper, Mariella El Sharif, to keep her side in this Northern Derby, one of the biggest games in the German football calendar, especially in the north of the country. So work to do for Werder Bremen in green in their traditional strip today in this derby match. But they will be buoyed by that vital penalty save from El Sharif. But it's the home fans from Hamburg, the happiest of the two sets of supporters so far. But we're set for a exciting second half. Plenty for the referee, Caroline Wacker, to consider so far. And we're underway. The second half of the Google Pixel Frauen-Bundesliga match between Hamburg and Werder Bremen. Bremen in green, kicking from left to right. Plenty of strong challenges going in this first half. Unfortunately for Bremen, a couple of those were judged to be penalties. That was a vital save from El Sharif, Austrian goalkeeper, saving the penalty from another Austrian international, Sophie Hillebrand, to keep Bremen just a goal deficit. Of leader. It's the Hamburg coach, Lise Brancal, the Brazilian. The happier of the two coaches so far. These are vital points if Hamburg can hold on to their lead. Nuremberg won earlier today to move further away from the bottom. It's important for Hamburg to gain the 3 points, to move away from the relegation zone themselves. Bremen haven't won so far this year. They have been hit by a couple of postponements, a couple of draws against Hoffenheim and Nuremberg. Hamburg were really active in the winter transfer window, making some key signings. And those signings, in particular, Lea Paulik in goal, Doucouré, the French defender, Paulina Bartz, on loan from Leverkusen, recently called up to the Germany under-23 squad. And the striker from Norway, Camilla Lindberg, they're making a difference so far. Michel Weiss with the cross, punched by Paulik. Wonder if Hamburg will rue that penalty miss. Could have doubled their lead. Strong tackle coming in on Lotte Vrede by Bremen's skipper, Lena Hausiker. Saw plenty of fierce challenges coming in the first half, and that was a real scything challenge on the brilliant Lotte Vrede by Bremen's skipper. The Hamburg head coach, Lisa Brankau, also picking up a caution for her complaints about that particular challenge. Plenty of work today for the referee, Caroline Wacker. Some rain in northern Germany, so the pitch is in pristine condition, but the ball is sliding nicely off the surface. Ball given away on that occasion, Lotte Vrede. Wins another corner for Hamburg. Ball coming off Julian Wirtz. This is the travelling Bremen fan support. Corner lifted in by Sverre Stolt. To the back post. You see plenty of different camera angles this afternoon on the broadcast. Courtesy of Google Pixel. It's a pleasure to have you with us for live coverage of the Frauen-Bundesliga as Bremen go in search of an equaliser. Bartz with the long ball, looking for Lindberg. Brunthaler. Plenty of noise and support from the Hamburg home support in this crucial derby match against Werder Bremen. Referee Wacker says play on as Bremen can steam forward. Throw in, according to the referee, Wacker. Some space here for Pauline Bartz. Decent ball through to Desic, but good anticipation from Annelien Böhler to hold up the Montenegro striker Desic. There's the Brazilian coach, Brancao, for Hamburg. Bremen haven't been able to test the Hamburg goalkeeper, Lea Paulik, as they would have liked. Interesting to see what their head coach Fritzi Krump does by way of substitutions, perhaps. Bremen do have Sarah Ernst on the bench, signing from Bayern Munich, a striker. Bremen need a response in this Nord derby. Desic. It's all a little bit predictable from the visitors, Bremen, so far. Desic on the edge of the box. Goalkeeper spills it. Player goes to ground, appeals for a penalty. captain's challenge on Mulhouse. Play continues. After the 2 penalties in the first half for Hamburg, I understand why Bremen will need no second invitation to go to ground, perhaps, in the penalty box. Referee Wacker wasn't convinced. Space here for Sternat. Good play by Bremen. Desperate defending. Limburg does well. Has Bruntaler in support. Hillebrand, the goal scorer from the spot. Really sapping conditions in Hamburg. You have to think some substitutions for either side soon. These conditions take it out on the legs. Mulhouse, who went to ground, the challenge by Böhle. Sort of Fritzi Kromp, who's a TV expert. Well, there's Larissa Mulhouse, who went to ground on the edge of the box. Tripped by Paulina Bartz, and the visitors will have a chance. To equalise from the spot. I was talking about that earlier. It didn't need another invitation to go to ground. Referee Wacker had no hesitation there. And Medina Desic will have the chance to equalise from the penalty spot. Oh, she leaves it for Bremen's top scorer, Mulhouse, who was fouled on the edge of the box, according to the referee, Wacker. Much to the dismay of the Hamburg fans in the stadium. Mulhouse makes it 1-1 from the penalty spot. A composed penalty from Larissa Mulhouse. Her 10th goal of the season. Bremen's top scorer. Bremen hit back in the derby. Absolutely no problem from the penalty spot for Larissa Mulhouse. Penalty apiece for each side, and a missed penalty for Hamburg. Substitution for the visitors. Verena Vida will come on for the experienced Montenegro striker Medina Desic, who's put in a good shift. Fresh legs for Bremen. 25-year-old Vida coming on. Desic did pick up that yellow card, so no chances being taken by the Bremen head coach, Fritzi Kromp. Bremen have been the better side this second half. Hamburg haven't really got going. Perhaps stunned by that missed penalty, which would have given them the 2-0 lead. They're on level terms now, but Lindberg, the Norwegian. Good work, powerful shot, but goalkeeper El Sharif makes that look easy, as she did the penalty save just before half-time. Some worrying moments here, Hamburg players needing treatment. Jonna Reda, the 17-year-old, was recently back from a year out with a cruciate ligament injury. Bremen looking for a second now. So Hamburg head coach making some adjustments. Lenny Eggert, another talent from the academy coming on. Maria Mikolayova coming on for Lotte Reda as well. I think that Hamburg do need fresh legs to counter this Bremen second half assault. Mikolayova there, twice a player of the year in Slovakia. Mikolayova was one of 3 players brought over from Austria, St. Pölten, along with the head coach, Lisa Brancaio, who took charge last summer. Falcao had transformed St. Pölten's fortunes in Austria. And that's what they're looking for in the Frauen-Bundesliga with Hamburg. Corner to Bremen. Michaela Croato, who's just come on as well, immediately picks up a caution. Good block by Decore. Goalkeeper Paulik pounces on that ball. Hamburg look for a response after that penalty equaliser from Larissa Mulhouse. It's Bremen back on level terms. The home side, Hamburg, happy to let the visitors, Bremen, have all the ball. Looking to launch a quick counter-attack now. Can the substitutes provide some fresh legs? It's the Norwegian Lindberg looking for support. It's good play there. And they have a corner. Substitute Lenny Eggert. There's the crowd, just over 12,000 for this Northern derby. Sveastolt lifts it over to the back post. Decore. Always a willing runner, the French defender. Once of Napoli and Bayern Munich. So some joy for the travelling support from Bremen, but Hamburg have a corner. Good work by the substitute Victoria Schulz. Corner is whipped in, left-footed. Grundhaller. Victoria Schulz. Ernst, that signing from Bayern Munich, come on. along with another ex-Bayern player, Ricardo Walkling, in a double substitution for Bremen. Maya Sternad and Lina Hausiger, the two players making way for Walkling and Ernst. Good block by Doucouré, solid defender on Hamburg's right side of defence. Once again, Larissa Moorhaus, Bremen's top scorer. 10 goals this season, including today's from the spot with the delivery. Important header over the bar from Magu Doucouré. Definitely Bremen looking the more likely of the two sides in the Northern Derby. Hamburg look content to hold on to this point if they can. Just looking to defend and try and hit Bremen on the counter-attack. They will rue that missed penalty. A marvellous save, though. Give credit to the goalkeeper, Mariella El Sharif, for the penalty save just before half-time, which has turned this game around for Bremen, and they go in search of a winner. Michelle Weiss with the delivery, but good handling by Lea Polik. Bremen, of course, hit by those late postponements against Wolfsburg and Bayern Munich on Monday. So they haven't played for a couple of weeks. They will be the fitter and fresher of the two sides. Certainly looking the most likely to score a second as it stands. this second half. Melanie Brunthaler has been isolated. Walkling. As the rain starts to pour down in northern Germany. Really sapping conditions for both sides. Referee Wacker has not been shy to dish out the yellow cards this afternoon. Not happy with the dissent from Lindberg on that occasion. Bremen have drawn their only 2 games in 2026. At the moment, heading for a 3rd consecutive draw. Which will not boost their Champions League qualification hopes. The point will be useful for Hamburg as they look to edge away from the relegation zone. The home fans trying to raise their side spirits. Plenty of atmosphere at the Volkspark Stadium. Foul goes against the substitute, Ricardo Walkling, for the challenge on Brunthaler. Right in front of the referee, Caroline Wacker's nose. Chance for Hamburg to come forward. Another yellow card, this time for the Bremen head coach, Fritzi Kromp. Svea Stolt stood over this one along with Mikolajova, the Slovak. Left-footed from the Slovakian. Referee Wacker trying to let the game flow. Good play by Mara Alba. Has Weiss in support. Doucouré with an important clearance. Chance for Lindberg. Looking for support. Appealing for a free kick after the challenge by Julian Wirtz. Typical derby encounter in the north. Hamburg holding Werder Bremen at the moment. 5 minutes of normal time, plus any added time from referee Karolin Wacker. Plenty of tired bodies, really sapping conditions. Hamburg with just one home win this season against struggling Essen. They'll be looking to improve that in the next few months. Desperately looking to hold on to this point. Bremen have a corner. Final substitute for the visitors. Lena Petermann. Petermann will add some presence in these final minutes for Bremen. Delivery from the corner from Mulhouse. Wow, just past the posts. Good connection from the corner. Michel Rubrick up from the back. Experienced 29-year-old ex-Bayern player. Almost finding the winner in the last few minutes for Bremen. Hillebrand with some space. Hillebrand, can she finish? Oh, it's just past the post. Frustration for Hamburg. Hamburg's top scorer, Sophie Hillebrand. With the chance to put Hamburg into the lead. Agony for the home side. As the tempers are being frayed here. Frustration for Lise Brankau. It was a golden chance from Hillebrand. And Bremen now with a chance. Oh, good, important block with their feet by Lea Paulik. The substitute, Verena Vida, got a good connection on it. Paulik getting the plaudits for that vital save. Important block with her legs. Chances at both ends now. It's both sides going search of a winner. Good sliding challenge by substitute Vorkling. Hildebrand was through on goal and got a decent connection, but it was just past the post. Challenges continuing to fly in from both sides. Tough game for the referee Vaca to control. Typical derby encounter, plenty of emotion. 5 minutes of added time at the Volkspark Stadium. Michel Weiss tests the goalkeeper. Does well, Leopoldik, taking responsibility. Trying to launch a counter-attack now. Decore will go long. Hildebrand has put in a good shift. The Austrian international wins a free kick for her side. Challenge from the Hungarian defender Hannah Nemeth. Chance for Hamburg to put some bodies into the box. Delivery from Mikhailova, tests the goalkeeper. Important punch from El Sharif. Body on the ground. Referee happy to let play continue. Does stop play now, much to the frustration of the home fans. Calls on the medical staff. Tough game for Caroline Vaca to control. Challenges flying in everywhere. It's Larissa Moorhaus, Bremen's top scorer. Also the goalkeeper El Sharif needs some treatment as well after that punch. So we're in for more than 5 minutes of added time, that's for sure, as Moorhaus and El Sharif continue to be treated. See a replay from these special Google Pixel cameras, which have added to the broadcast experience from Germany. Plenty of discussion points for Caroline Vaca and her staff. A red card for Bremen's captain, Lena Hausicker, who's already been substituted, of course, but she does pick up a red card. The referee Vaca not happy with the words of dissent coming from the Werder Bremen bench. Much to the frustration of Werder's head coach, Fritzi Kromp. Goalkeeper El Sharif looks okay to continue. We could be heading to 10 minutes of added time by the time this gets all sorted. Confirmation that it was Lena Hausicker at the red card for dissent on the bench. Long punt, looking for the substitute, Petermann. Here come Hamburg, though. Hillebrand, full of running still into the final minutes. Doucouré with the block. Decent effort from Magu Doucouré. Couldn't direct it on target though. Take the corner over on the far side. Still more work to do for the referee, Caroline Wacker. Plenty of height up from the back with Hannah Nemeth and Michelle Ulbrich for Bremen. Hamburg with some defending to do. And wow, good connection from the substitute. And that's full time. A little bit premature, you have to say, after the treatment for the goalkeeper, but Hamburg won't care. They'll be happy with the point. Frustration for Fritzi Kromp. It's a tale of 3 penalties. Hamburg taking the lead. The 19th minute, Sophie Hillebrand. On the home side, Hamburg had the chance to double their lead from the spot. Hillebrand stepped up, but was denied just before half-time by Mariella El Sharif in the Bremen goal. Important block from the Austrian goalkeeper to keep her side trailing by just 1 goal. And Bremen were the better side in the second half as they strived for an equaliser. And they got their own penalty after a foul on Larissa Mulhouse on the edge of the box. And Mulhouse converted the penalty, her 10th goal of the season. Bremen's top scorer in fine form this season. A vital point, though, this for relegation-threatened Hamburg. And Bremen can't win so far in 2026. Their 3rd consecutive draw of this year. Frustration in their efforts to move back up towards challenging for the Champions League qualification spots. A really busy afternoon for the referee, Caroline Wacker. Plenty of talking points. There's a red card as well for Bremen's captain Lina Hausiker for dissent late on, coming from the bench after already being substituted. A typical derby encounter. Chances at both ends, plenty of tackles flying in, especially in midfield and crucially on the edge of the box. Bremen with 22 goal attempts, 9 on target, over double that of Hamburg. Controlling possession as well, 59-41. Hamburg improved form, buoyant after that 4-0 win last weekend. And they'll be the happier of the two sides with the point this afternoon. It's a real pleasure to have you with us for more coverage of the Google Pixel Frauen-Bundesliga will be back for more tomorrow. The blockbuster of German football, Bayern Munich, hosting their nearest challengers, Wolfsburg. Look forward to having you with us for that one. We'll be back more very soon.
Sophie Hillebrand, ein wahnsinnig intensives Nordderby, am Ende 1:1. Nehmen Sie uns mit, wie war es für Sie und Ihre Eins zu eins. Nehmen Sie uns mit, wie war es für Sie und Ihre Sophie Hillebrand, ein wahnsinnig intensives Nordderby, am Ende 1:1. Nehmen Sie uns mit, wie war es für Sie und Ihre Sophie Hillebrand, ein wahnsinnig intensives Nordderby, am Ende 1:1. Nehmen Sie uns mit, wie war es für Sie und Ihre... Sophie Hillebrand, ein wahnsinnig intensives Nordderby, am Ende 1:1. Nehmen Sie uns mit, wie war es für Sie und Ihre... Sophie Hillebrand, ein wahnsinnig intensives Nordderby, am Ende 1:1. Nehmen Sie uns mit, wie war es für Sie und Ihre... Sophie Hillebrand.